All right, what's up team? We're here at Cluster 3s in Wellington and we are joined by none other than Christee, Hollard, Marnie, Sykes and Briony, Challis. How are you guys?
Good, thank you. Good.
Good? I'm just gonna...
We're like way too close.
Yeah, get close to those.
How's the off-season going? Start with that.
Off-season?
Okay.
What off-season?
Alright.
Been qualifier after qualifier.
Oh yeah. What qualifiers are you guys doing? All of them? Waterpalooza?
Yeah.
Yep.
Down under.
Yeah.
Waterpalooza, Indy and Team, which
Yes.
are like, I don't know, 2 weeks apart.
They're over a month, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys on the team for Down Under? All three of you?
We're in a team for Waterpalooza.
Right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And
But-
then down under, Marnie's going indie.
And we're going
And then
team.
Briony, myself, and Amy Alessi from Sydney are going on a team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, but there has been a lot of qualifiers. Royce and I decided to do the road qualifier.
Yeah.
I'm glad we kind of did it. Marnie signed up, but then she didn't end up doing it because she had a bit of trouble going on. And that was probably one of the toughest qualifiers I've ever done. I mean, obviously qualifying for Rogue is a really big deal. They only take the top 5 athletes from that. But those workouts, I don't know whether it was just coming back from the games and having a little bit of time off, and then it's like your first serious kind of workouts and qualifiers that you're doing. But yeah, it was tough. And then I feel like since then it's just been Rogue and then Down Under and now Waterpalooza.
Yeah.
And then got Waterpalooza again.
Yeah. But it's fun. It's like
No
it's
rest.
good trying to do some off-season comps, I think.
Yeah.
Busy.
How good. And then coming over here as well, like adding that into the mix. It's going to be fun. When did you guys get here?
We got here on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yep, Thursday evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we just had what did we do yesterday?
What did we do?
We played 3 hours of pickleball.
Pickleball. And we did one of the Waterpalooza qualifiers.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
over here?
Yep.
At Luke's gym?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
How was the landing in Wellington?
Whoa. It was fast. It was so fast.
Yeah.
But then it was like the smooth, like landing in. I was like, are we on the ground?
It was pretty bumpy. I had my eyes closed and my hands and everything like this. And then Royce like goes, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yes."
I think it was better because we were on a bigger plane.
Yeah.
We were in those little dinky ones.
Yeah.
We would be on the other side of New Zealand, I know.
Yeah. Well, we missed our flight down here, and then the second flight we got, was when the storm was sort of coming in, and
Oh.
it was pretty average.
They're pretty average.
How did you guys miss your flight? We were going to bring you to pickleball with us.
Yeah.
Look, we were looking forward to it, and then we just left a little bit too late, I think.
Classic.
And man, we had so much traffic on the way up, and I don't know if you guys heard, but we got there. They said you can board the flight, but we can't take your bags. They shut that off. I was like, well, we need
We need a bag.
You need all your gear.
we
Yeah.
need our stuff. But hey, we got here. But yeah, we were looking forward to like hanging out and
We're
doing
like
some workouts and
booked our flight because we were going to fly out of Auckland, but they're like we had to wait till tomorrow or next day, and so we booked our flight from Hamilton, and we're like sitting at Hamilton Airport, like looking at your guys' stories, like
we could have been doing that.
Yeah. Some serious pickleball.
Yeah, it wasn't to be.
Yeah, how's pickleball come about? Because I see it heaps on your guys' content.
good.
Man.
It kind of started when we went to Bali. We played paddle ball, I think it is, which is where it's like smaller than a tennis court, but you can hit the ball off like there's walls and stuff. So we kind of like got introduced to it a little bit there. And then when we went over to Cookville for 2 weeks before the games, Rich actually has like 2 pickleball courts painted on his driveway.
Of course he does. Yeah.
Why not?
So we would like do our training, or actually sometimes we didn't even do the training. We'd rock up and me and Royce would pull the cord out and get the paddles. Marnie and Bailey were over it by the end. And we'd play for like 2 to 3 hours and we'd be like, one more game. Oh, one more game.
They'll end up playing by themselves, and Bailey and I will just be sitting in the car while waiting.
They'd turn the car on waiting for us to finish, and Royce and I'd be like, oh, we better go now.
Is that just like the natural competitive nature of the lot of you? Just like
We're so competitive. You don't think like that you'd be competitive in all sport, but you are.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
like,
since then we
watching-
came home and we like signed up for a comp, and Royce and I did a mixed pairs pickleball comp. We got 4th out of 20
oh,
in the
decent.
beginner division, but hey, it's still 4.
It's intense.
But no, it's good fun. It's actually like, it's been good to do some kind of sport outside of CrossFit. I mean, you guys are the same. You like try different stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like, CrossFit's really good, and obviously is a sport, but every time you do CrossFit, the fitness can be quite hard. Whereas like when you actually play like a bit of a, like I have a team sporting background, I think similarly to these guys. it is fun to do that. So, and as you get older, you kind of drift away from that side of it. So it's nice to like bring that in and just do something a bit different.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, moving along. What does the rest of the year, before we are going to talk about this event, obviously, we're here at Cluster 3s. The rest of the year, though, you guys already touched on it. You got qualifiers. You qualified for Down Under and Waterpalooza?
Waterpalooza hasn't finished yet.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully on Monday.
Okay, sweet as. You've qualified for Down Under,
Yes.
and you've qualified for Down Under and Rogue, did you just say?
No, not Rogue. I wish. No.
Okay.
So we've all qualified for Down Under, and
Yes,
we're all
yeah.
trying to qualify for Indie Waterpalooza and then Team Waterpalooza.
Nice. Oh, yeah, because
Yeah.
they run it similar to NZ Champs, like the Indies and then Team. That's fair.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet as. And when are both those comps? December?
Yeah, Down Under's like the start of December,
Yeah.
and then Waterpalooza's mid-January.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and I don't think any of us have competed at Waterpalooza before. It's kind of like a bucket list for me.
Yeah.
I think Bee's going to be a spectator.
Yeah.
And then Mars was like, she should do it as well because Bailey's probably going to go compete. So if he's going to be competing,
It'll be just like a fun trip, such a cool trip.
Yeah.
Go to Miami.
yeah,
Yeah.
So it's like a bit of a holiday, but
Yeah.
but
Oh,
get to
100%.
compete.
with a bit of fitness.
Yeah, a little bit of fitness.
Just real quick on Bailey, is he alright?
Yeah, he's not well.
Poor
Off
Bailey.
camera, Bailey's dying over there. That's,
He hasn't really been training properly either.
has he been eating since we last chatted?
It's improved.
Okay, cool.
Currently napping.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Oh,
Figure out.
sweet.
It's so tough though after the games. I don't think anybody talks about the come down after the games. So you're like super, you feel like you're fittest and you're strongest you have been leading into it because you're prepping really well, you're really focused. And then when you come home from the games, you do have a bit of an adrenaline high, especially like in Bailey's case because he did really well. But then I don't think it's really talked or discussed about like, coming down,
It's a
like
bit of
that
a come
adrenaline
down.
does drop and you feel like a little bit unfit, you lack motivation but that's actually quite normal. All athletes go through that.
Has to be, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's hard.
Would there be like a, like we get after it, not as hard as you guys, but like even back in high school playing basketball, I'd play a tournament and it's all cool, you're all big team, you're all together and everything, and then you go home and it's over, it's
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
Is there like that post like depression almost?
A little bit.
And like, I feel like you're in a routine leading up to the game. So you're training, eating well, going to sleep well, and then after the game, you're like, oh, I don't have to do any of those things. But it's not, you're out of routine.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh, now what do I do?
Yeah, you kind of feel like you should be training, but then you're like, oh, I should be resting. Like, it's the time to rest, and it's like, what do you do? Like, so in the in-between phase.
Could be a deep question. Is that partially the reason why you might sign up for all these qualifiers all of a sudden? Like, I need to keep going.
I
Is that a
mean,
thing?
yeah, because you probably want to try and bring back some motivation
Intensity.
and then a bit of fun in the sport, I guess, because
Yeah.
we compete because it is fun and you like going away on the trips.
Yeah.
And I think we all do like the routine of like training hard, trying to like eat well, sleep well. We're disciplined athletes, so it's just something that's what's normal to us. Hey?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
qualifiers are like the thing you kind of almost don't look forward to, but like, going to comp is going to be the experience you want.
Yeah.
So it's like a bit of FOMO. You don't want to miss out.
Yeah.
And I think, I guess, like, especially in our case, because at the games we didn't do so well, but like we still had the best season because of the routine that we had, like training together in our training environment. All of those like little moments that we had made for one of the best seasons that we have had, which is really important because like the games is, it's such a small aspect of the whole year.
Yeah.
So that's why I think we still crave that like training environment and getting back into a bit of routine because that's what's fun and that's why we do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure. And like you, Marnie, Royce have all said that exact same thing. Like,
Yeah.
for your year, okay, it did get cut short, but the lead up was actually more, I don't know, enjoyable than the actual games itself.
It was worth the outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah, I mean, we still obviously would have it still stung to have the result that we had and had to pull out of the games and be a spectator at the games because that's what it felt like. But when you reflect on the season, it was like one of the best seasons I've had. Like each season just keeps on getting better, but I think you just learn how to enjoy it a little bit more. And you continue to like surround yourself with good people and just have fun, so it makes it good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No worries. I did ask Marnie this last time, so you should probably speak on this. For you obviously high caliber athletes, how important do you find it going to competitions like this? Obviously, it's a really well-run competition. There's some brilliant athletes out there, but you can just enter this competition. Like, how important do you find it for you guys going to a competition just to be like, yeah, we're elite athletes, but we are still going to come to these events?
Happy to take part.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's, you know, like Christee said, we work so hard all year round to compete, and that's why we do it, because we are competitive and we want to, you know, have fun doing it. So it's almost like a reward to be able to come to these events in the off season and kind of not have any pressure, but just like have fun and kind of enjoy going back into just like normal CrossFit. Nothing too fancy, but it's just like fun. Like
just
we get to
150 chest bars.
yeah,
Like 12 minutes.
yeah, a little bit of rhabdo, but it's fun.
Sounds easy.
But it's really fun. But yeah, it's like a enjoyable way to get some fitness in, like without so much pressure.
And
really.
I think the thing with local comps, they're so frothy. Like,
Yeah,
you know, like
everyone's
your
having the
regular
best
members that
time.
come into a CrossFit gym, they froth over having like these weekend comps. So it's actually really fun to be a part of, because the reason we do CrossFit, you know, obviously we are competitive athletes, but like we started it because we liked being a part of the community. And then from there, we found the sport of CrossFit and started competing.
Yeah.
So like competing in these local comps just brings you back to the roots of what CrossFit is about. And it's about like, you know, like we just enjoy doing a common fitness together.
Yeah. That's a good answer.
Do you ever feel like some of these guys are really trying to take you down?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Like,
There's so much pressure at local comps though to like when you come in as like high level athletes, you have this expectation to win. Like, and I get it, like we should be good, we should win.
Especially when it's our off season.
It's hard sometimes.
Because they make it like really fast fitness.
Yeah.
And then like, I don't know,
It's weird because all of a sudden you see these big hitters. Like, we watch New Zealand CrossFit all the time, and then these, like, you guys come over and then these like weapons appear out of nowhere. You're like, where have you been? And you're like tracking down these like top level athletes. They're just like, come out just to take you guys down.
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty
Which is
cool.
good.
It's
It's good for the sport too.
It is.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Not us, where we just hear you coming and we're like, oh, let's go watch.
Get your camera, bro.
That's it.
Mean. All right. Let's talk about this event itself, because you guys have been brought over for it. How are you finding? What are we 3 workouts in now?
Yeah, how you guys
Yes.
How are you finding the day so far?
Yeah, it's really fun. Like, it's my first time competing with Briony.
Yeah.
So, and I think, it's good practice for Waterpalooza.
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah. But it's really fun. We get to go at our own pace.
Is it what?
Not be mean. No, don't worry.
Marnie's real good with these inside jokes that we don't know.
Yeah, no. The workouts, though, they're a little bit, vicious.
Yeah.
The first 2 workouts were fun.
Yeah.
That third workout that we just did, that was cooked.
That was so
like
rough.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Synchro chest to bars with the 3 of us, and then synchro dumbbell hang snatches with a 22-kilo dumbbell.
Yeah.
That was how you going.
Yeah.
I'm so glad in that workout we were ahead of the other girls, because I could look at Marnie and Briony and I'd be like, stop. I'm like, let's
Slow
wait.
down.
Let's have like 30 seconds rest here and then we'll do another set.
I don't think anyone would have finished that workout.
No.
I think the time gap was pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
He must have shortened it to fit the day.
Yeah.
Luke had said to me in the warm-up before we went out, I think originally Dean was meant to order worms, so this was actually meant to be a worm thruster. But then I was actually thinking about it. 3 of us on a worm,
We would die.
we would die. I think the dumbbell hang snatch was a better option.
We'll take the dumbbell.
So, and the only reason I say that is because last year at Down Under, they had a worm program. So we were in a team of 3, me and Briony, with Emily DeRoy, and we had the worm. And this workout was so bad. So they had, I think 2 of the segments were the male weights, and then 2 of the segments weren't the female weights. They were just like fillers. But that was tough.
so
we had to do
heavy.
like 60 worm squats, and like I was on the front doing these worm squats, and then we went out for the run. And I typically like running, and Briony was ahead of me, and she's like, "Are you okay?"
And I'm not
I
a
was
good
like,
runner.
"No."
And I was like, Christee, come on.
So that was no good. Yeah. She's like, "Come on."
That was what too. We actually dropped the ball a little bit on that. I got your handstand walk.
Oh, yeah?
We were like looking out there. Oh, the girls are on.
Oh, I know, I was the last one
Quickly,
too.
you on the handstand. We got so you'll be in the video.
Yeah, Christee's on. It's fine.
Sweet. But how was that workout? Fast and furious? Yeah.
It was
pretty
slippery.
fun. Oh yeah, the mats are so slippery. We're like sprinting in the middle and then like sliding at the end.
I saw a lot of chalk on the end for the turn.
Yeah, the boys, they were smart. They put chalk all over the mats, but we didn't want the advantage.
Yeah.
We didn't take it, but it was fun.
That was fun.
It was a fun workout.
A relay workout is always good.
Yeah, it's like a nice...
Bit of running, bit of lunging, handstand walk, it was good. We all tried to do a pirouette,
Yeah.
which was fun.
I tried to be clutch, but didn't pull it off, so these guys did.
I only did it because Marnie did it.
But Marnie had to go first, so we've seen her like accidentally fuck up her, can I say that?
Yeah.
Fuck up her pirouette. And then we were like, okay, we'll try
Yeah,
and
and the
nail it.
boys are at the
For
end, they're
Marnie.
like, pirouette, pirouette. I was like, okay.
So good. And the last workout is a max out. Have you guys strategized who's doing what?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Yes, we have.
So it's a 1 RM snatch, 3 RM clean, and a 5 RM deadlift?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
doing what?
Who's snatching?
I'm going to snatch.
Right.
I'm gonna do the throw clean.
Yeah, and then I'll deadlift.
There we
Nice.
go.
Alright, what weights are we putting up?
Target numbers?
So if I see anything less,
I mean, 80 snatch would be really
80
nice.
snatch.
Yeah.
A lot of boys out there just got real depressed.
Oh, well.
Come on.
What are we hitting on the clean?
I'm gonna power the clean because my legs can't handle that many squats in a row. So
Right.
I'll try and do like 90, 95 if I'm really lucky.
Alright, so 100. 100's going up.
100. Big, pretty, big numbers.
I don't really know what I can do for a 5 RM deadlift because it's just something you don't really test, hey? But anyways, I'm going to try and do 150. I went open with 150. But
An
that'll
easy
be like the
150.
goal, do like 150 for 5. We'll see.
Sick.
Man,
Yeah.
those are some heavy lifts.
Yeah. If we do it,
Yeah.
we might not do them.
Well, we'll get it on
I have
camera.
a good feeling.
Yeah.
You'll catch that one.
Yeah. Oh, we'll be down there. We will.
You better catch it.
We told B to, so she's going to compete for Oceanias in Samoa in a couple of weeks. So she's representing Australia, which is really cool. And we're like to her, you should have just done your snatching
3
weight
lifts.
that you have to do on the platform, like do it as an EMOM.
Yes.
It's a little test run, but as an EMOM.
Yeah.
No rest.
But yeah, this is good practice.
If
for
I
us.
can hit it now, I'll hit it there.
Yeah, it's good strategy.
Right. You got anything else to add, or should we move on to questions?
We'll roll on to, we put a Q&A out for you guys. We've got some questions from the public.
So there's some that won't be asked.
Danny Ford.
I want to know these questions.
Danny
You
Ford.
can message Danny Ford.
You can
if
message
want those.
Danny.
Unfortunately, Danny, we're not asking this.
Unfortunately, we don't want to get cancelled. So
Are they pretty dirty ones?
Oh, it's just
you
funny.
can ask Danny.
It's just funny.
It's funny.
It's just funny.
But I
We're
don't,
not asking that.
yeah.
I want to
Do that. We
know.
haven't even reached 20
We'll
episodes
ask them
yet.
when the camera turns on.
Yeah.
Right, I'll kick things off. So this is not just limited to the games or anything, but favourite CrossFit memory.
Oh.
Start with Briony, eh?
Oh.
I got mine.
Okay,
You go
start with
first.
Briony, eh?
So it was probably at Torian this year when I PB'd my clean, 106. I never thought I would ever do that, ever, because I don't know.
Yeah.
I just didn't think so.
Yeah.
But I did.
That was really impressive.
It was very
It was
good.
a really good moment.
It's got to feel good doing it on the floor.
Yes, it's the best
Very
feeling.
Yeah.
And because we tested that workout in the gym, hey, remember?
Yeah.
And that, you missed it.
Yeah.
We were like, we'll just see what happens on the day, and she just walked up and cleaned the stuff.
Got it.
It was great.
Sick.
Well,
Yeah.
I can probably follow up with when I hit my 1RM snatch last year at Torian. That on that snatch ladder.
Yeah.
So I think I PB'd by maybe 7 kilos. I was like,
Let's go.
What was
Let's
what was
That's
the
a
weight?
big PB.
well, we got argument before about it. It was 185 pounds, which they said 84, but Royce thinks it's 83 point something. But
84.
I'll claim
better,
84.
Yeah, we've been saying it. We'll
We'll
stick with that.
round it up.
And what are you trying to hit at the over in?
Anything over 80 will be a platform PB on the weightlifting platform. So over 80 would be sweet. Yeah.
Oh,
A little
here's
bit more
warm-up.
strategic. Yeah.
And
And my favourite moment, it would be back in 2019 at the Torian Pro. This was before it was it was just like a big event that they put on for the community.
Had the open workout in it, didn't it?
And it had the open workout in it. Yeah, and it was at Pat Raft Arena. I think that was their first year.
Yes.
And I was competing indie, and we were doing the final, and it was like the drop-off final. You would have done it too, and it was drag rope double unders into overhead squats, and you had to do 6 overhead squats, do 2 walk forward, 2, and then sprint over the line.
Yeah.
And I got down to the final with me and myself and Courtney Haley, and it come down to a sprint finish, and I just remember like jumping over that bar and running, and the stadium was like roaring, so you could just hear like how loud it was, and that was a really fun moment.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We
So
talked
cool.
to Royce about that on his episode about that specific year as well.
Yeah.
That was an amazing year.
It was a very good year, because that's when Rich Froning and China Chong
That was
all
the
came
best.
over, so it's
Yeah,
very
That was
good.
the best year.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, that was 3 for 3 Torian moments.
Yeah.
Oh, Torian, you're the
Yeah,
best.
Torian is
Yeah,
the best.
Yeah, Torian Pro is the
It's
best.
not like they reshare any of our stuff.
They will now.
Come on.
All right, I'll ask one more, then hand it to Beef. This is a good question, actually. Do you have any moments of imposter syndrome, and how do you ground yourself during those moments?
I mean, I haven't really. I think like when you're at the CrossFit Games, it's really hard because you're obviously like surrounded by all these like famous athletes. Like you know that everyone around you is the same as you, and you know you're just as capable, as them.
Yeah,
but it's like these big names, and it's like,
you've
well,
been
like, do I
watching.
belong
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
Like, but it's more because they're like, if there's higher like status. But yeah, like other than that, I think if you just like back that, you've made like done the
you
work
earned
to
your
get
way
there.
there.
Like,
Yeah.
So I mean,
So
not
is that
really
like
for
what
me.
you would tell yourself when you're feeling like, oh, I don't belong here, but like, no, I earned my way here?
Yeah, like we had a really good discussion with Shane Orr last year leading into games, and he was just kind of saying to us like, you guys, you can look to your left and right when you're out in the field, and like you're just as good as them, or if not better. Like you just got to believe that you belong there. And it was just like this moment where it's like, oh yeah, we like deserve to be here. So yeah, it's kind of nice to hear someone say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, similarly. Yeah.
And I guess you can't get caught up in thinking about other people, all the other athletes. You kind of just want to really focus on yourself a lot more. Yeah.
You can't compare yourself, hey, because it's like it would be exhausting. Like the saying, comparison is the thief of joy. Like it's really true. But it's hard with like Instagram and stuff like that. But yeah, you remember it's a highlight reel.
Yeah.
So,
I completely get it. Like last night, getting in a minivan with like you guys,
I was just gonna say.
I was like, I was like, it's okay. They're normal people.
they're just people.
Just be normal, just be normal.
CrossFitters are the nicest people. I was gonna say.
I was in the back of my
same
phone,
thing.
just on the calculator, like, nah, I'm busy. Anyway.
I might have been sat in the front seat, like hiding my phone, like just in the fittest van in NZ.
Jesus. There you go, Phil. There you go. No worries. I think the first 3 were for the women, and then after that was for the guys.
There was one for the guys I would like to touch on, but just a basic one. After a massive comp, what's your go-to takeaways?
Cheat meal.
I mean, I eat cheat meals all the time.
She has it every
Ever since I moved down here, so
Takeaway queen.
Yeah.
exactly, I have
Taylor, you listening?
Taylor encourages us.
She knows.
No, I mean, I try to have a balanced diet, but I have quite a little body type, so for me, it's actually been hard to try and keep on the weight. And since I started like hanging out with Royce a lot, training with him, I have learned to eat a little bit dirty, like drink Coke, eat Macca's, eat KFC, some cereal, but it's only because I'm trying to get the calories in. And like the CrossFit athletes, the amount of calories we have to eat, stop laughing at me, it's a lot. And if you were to eat clean the whole time, and Taylor would back me up, there is like, you'd be eating all day, 24 hours a day. So you have to like eat a little bit dirty to get those calories in. So I don't really have a cheat meal because I have a cheat meal every day.
I just eat every day.
Yeah.
Eat good.
That makes me feel so much better, like having that McDonald's in the van this morning. I was like,
When we flew in on Thursday night, we had Burger King for dinner.
Yeah.
You were just hiding your burger.
We're very like,
Yeah.
what about you two?
maybe GYG for me. I
What?
could
Maybe
GYG.
What?
Is it not? But I don't want anything else.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Mexican, Guzman,
Yeah, look,
Alright, so
Mexican
Mexican
rice.
food. What's it called?
GYG,
GYG.
Guzman, Y Gomez.
Oh,
You know?
no,
It's kind of like a sombreros.
But,
you have
but better.
I'm trying to think what would be
we've
here.
got Mexico.
Yeah, we've got Mexico.
Mexico.
Mexicali? Kind of like
Yeah.
Mexicali.
You're missing out.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I'm glad
Big
Marnie
ass
said it.
burritos.
Just like a big burrito
I'll
ball.
translate.
Yeah, can you?
Yeah, I was like, what do I say? Yeah, so
Alright,
good.
So Mexican food and Marnie?
I'm trying to think. Probably the most takeaway meal I'd get is GYG's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless she's hanging out with us.
It's
Unless
not,
I'm
yeah,
with them.
unless I'm
I
with these
always eat
guys
that
and
when
it's
I'm
like
with them.
fat burger and chips.
Yeah. They're like, oh, Nando's.
With an ice cream.
And pies and chips.
That's why she
Pies.
got 160 kilo clean.
Whole block of chocolate
Yeah.
every night.
What would you say?
chocolate.
Whole block.
Oh, like a whole
Are
pack
you
of
the one?
Tim Tams.
Are you the one that opens the Tim Tams and
You have to eat the whole tray.
Like my
You're saying,
partner
like,
has
I'll
to get her
take,
own
like,
biscuits.
2 or 3.
Mine just she
But
doesn't.
you can't stop. Yeah.
I feel so much better about my. You guys can stay home. Christy's coming to make us with us in the morning.
Does that mean we're going to make the games next year? Similar diets. You know,
Okay. Well, I might already know the answer to this, but who's the best at pickleball?
Oh, Christee. She's a mad frother for
No, I've been
pickleball.
playing the longest though, but Briony was introduced to it last night.
Yeah.
She picked it up
Not
pretty
very
quickly.
good.
The real question is
Towards
who's
the
better
end?
out of me and Billy.
Me and Marnie almost beat Christee and Royce.
It was pretty close.
This close.
No, yeah. It's fun.
how
Maybe you
competitive
guys
does it
will
get?
see this up if we
In
play.
Cookville, remember, like if Royce and I played against each other,
Oh yeah, that would
Yeah.
we needed to be on the
bicker.
same team,
Yeah.
so we didn't kill each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so
You can come watch. Yeah.
Arguments.
I reckon we
Every
can
time.
take down you and Royce. Easy.
Yeah, all right.
They want to. They want to play this
tonight,
afternoon.
We want to play tonight. So
Oh, look, we'll
we
be
figured
there.
out our last event here is at 3:10. And I said to be in the warm-up area, I was like, we should go pickleball tonight. I was serious. I'm like, we should go.
We'll be there till
Warming up
8
for an
p.m.
event.
Yeah.
We'll be there for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We now train
Easily.
CrossFit to improve our pickleball career.
These
We
two-
actually, we bought rackets, Royce and I. That's how serious
I
we
heard
are.
about
We
that.
have a
I heard they were
tennis
pretty
bag.
pricey too. Do we want to drop the amount you spent?
Well, I mean, we both only spent $100 each on our racket.
Right.
But Royce got his second hand, but it's like pretty much brand new. But his is worth like $320.
Wow.
So he's pretty stoked with his racket.
Yeah.
Like he plays pretty good with it. So you know, it's good.
Okay.
So good.
Okay. Questions.
I'm going to wrap it up with
Yep.
this one.
Last question.
This is from Johnny. I'm going to give him a shout out because he comments on all our stuff. He's real supportive. If you got to pair up with any one CrossFitter in a comp, who would it be?
Oh.
Anyone.
Tia Klaitumi.
Okay.
Jamie Green, because she's a New Zealander.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
cool.
good one.
Girls. That's a hard question.
Rich
Don't say
Roney.
Royce.
That would
Actually,
be
I would
so
actually probably say
cool.
Rich Roney, but yeah, that would. Yeah, male-female pair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
male female with Rich. Would
Yeah,
be sick.
yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah.
So good.
Slightly heartbroken that none of them chose me. Next time, mate.
Next time.
Awesome.
Alright,
Oh,
guys.
thanks for sitting down and having a chat with us.
Thank
And,
you.
Thank you.
We'll probably talk after this, but
Yeah, I imagine we will.
that's
Yeah, I
the
want to
one we're
know
gonna
these
The
questions.
questions.
The dirty
You
one.
don't.
By Danny Ford.
You don't.
We could ask it.
No.
Just ask it, then you can cut it. Can't you cut it?
Okay, I'm
Well,
going
the
to
thing
wrap
is-
it here.
Yeah.
Thanks,
okay.
guys.
Yeah.
Cheers,
See
bye.
you.
Thank you, plus the threes. All right. Peace.